Hello, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I wish you a happy new year 2025. I think you are okay. As you know, my name is Remy. I'm a teacher of chemistry. Our topic today is nitric acid. We are going to talk about nitric acid. We start about physical properties of nitric acid. Nitric acid is a very strong mineral acid. It completely dissolves in water and produces the hydrogen ions. When this nitric acid dissolves in water, produce hydrogen oxide or hydronium ion and what we call nitrate. A pure nitric acid is a colorless liquid. We are going to talk about the preparation of nitric acid. There are two kinds of preparation in chemistry. There is laboratory preparation and the industry preparation. We start by laboratory preparation of nitric acid. In the laboratory, nitric acid is prepared by heating a mixture of potassium nitrate with the concentrated sulfuric acid. When potassium nitrate reacts with sulfuric acid, which is the concentration, and then you mix, remember there is a presence of heat. This produces potassium hydrogen sulfate and the nitric acid. The second way is industrial preparation of nitric acid. This industrial preparation is called the Ostwald process. To mean, the Ostwald process is a chemical process for producing nitric acid. Here there are three main steps for producing nitric acid in industry. The first step, ammonia manufactured from the Haber process is mixed with excess air in the presence of a catalyst such as a heated platinum metal at 900 degrees Celsius of temperature. This means when ammonia gas burns with air in the presence of platinum as a catalyst, this produces nitrogen monoxide and water. Remember, this platinum acts as a catalyst. Catalyst is a chemical substance that speeds up or slows down the rate of reaction. The second step, that product of nitrogen monoxide also burns with air to produce nitrogen dioxide. The last step is where nitrogen dioxide react with water and the oxygen and produce what we call nitric acid. As a conclusion for this Ostwald process, there are three steps of producing nitric acid in industry. Chemical reaction of nitric acid. As we have said, nitric acid is a strong acid, completely dissociated or dissolved in water. To mean, when nitric acid is dissociated, it produces what we call hydrogen ion and nitrate ion. We are going to look at the different reaction of this nitric acid. Here, one, nitric acid can react with metals. Metals like magnesium and calcium react with nitric acid to produce hydrogen gas and metal nitrate. When magnesium reacts with nitric acid, produce magnesium nitrate and hydrogen gas. It can also react with copper, which is metal. With copper metal, here forming nitrogen monoxide and copper nitrate. If it forms nitrogen monoxide, This nitric acid is dilute, to mean it contains enough water. When copper reacts with nitric acid, which is in dilute, produce copper nitrate, water, and nitrogen monoxide. When this copper reacts with concentrated nitric acid, meanwhile react with copper, forming nitrogen dioxide gas. When copper reacts with nitric acid, which is concentrated, produce copper nitrate, water, and nitrogen dioxide. Nitric acid also can react with carbonates, even with hydrogen carbonate. These are the ions produced during ionic equation, but really in carbonates there is this ion, and then this hydrogen is from the acid. That's why the main product with nitric acid and the carbonates or hydrogen carbonate is the carbon dioxide and the water. And remember, there is a presence of thought. Here there is example. When sodium carbonate reacts with nitric acid, this produces sodium nitrate, carbon dioxide, and water. Nitric acid can also react with base. When nitric acid reacts with bases to form salt and water only. Remember, this reaction is called the neutralization reaction. Here we have different examples. When copper oxide reacts with nitric acid, produce copper nitrate and water. Another example, sodium hydroxide reacts with nitric acid and produce sodium nitrate and water. The third example, ammonium hydroxide, when reacts with nitric acid, this produces ammonium nitrate and water. As a conclusion, any reaction that can produce salt and water only, it is called the neutralization reaction. Nitric acid also can react as an oxidizing agent. It oxidizes metal or nonmetals. An oxidizing agent is a substance that has the ability, the capacity to accept electrons from another substances during a chemical reaction. Here we have an example where nitric acid oxidizes metals. Metals are oxidized and no hydrogen is liberated. For example, when copper reacts with nitric acid, produce copper nitrate, nitrogen dioxide, and water. Remember, when copper reacts with nitric acid and produce the different product with this nitrogen dioxide, this nitric acid used is concentrated. Nitric acid also can be oxidized by nonmetals. Sulfur is oxidized to sulfuric acid. When sulfur reacts with nitric acid, this produces sulfuric acid, nitrogen dioxide, and water. Carbon also is oxidized. Carbon also is oxidized to carbon dioxide. When carbon reacts with nitric acid, this can produce water, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen dioxide. Nitric acid can react with different compounds. Here we have an example. Iron 2 compounds are oxidized to iron 3 compounds. When iron 2 sulfate reacts with sulfuric acid with a presence of nitric acid, this produces iron 3 sulfate, nitrogen monoxide, and water. Another thing which is important, iodides are oxidized to iodine. This is an ion of iodine and then produce iodine as aqueous. Remember, this is a gas in nature. but really here it is a presence of that nitric acid. We end our topic today by talking about the uses of nitric acid. It is used in the production of fertilizers. We have different fertilizers that contain the nitric acid, like ammonium nitrate, ammonium sulfate. Explosives such as TNT and dynamite, which is what we call nitroglycerin, and also here we have dyes. To mean nitric acid also is used in the manufacture of dyes. Dyes, it is a mixture of colors. It is also used in the manufacture of nylon and tellurine materials. Remember, this nylon, it is a raw material of cloth. Nitric acid also is used in etching and refining of precious metals. Thank you for your attention. Remember to subscribe, to give a comment, to give a like, and share to your friends. We are together. Thank you. Bye bye.